What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. We just lost a small naval skirmish, and it looks like Granada has decided to fabricate some claims on us. We are going to give military access to a variety of these provinces. And if you look at the actual war itself, Naples, Castile, and all of their provinces have way more troops than we ever do. So let us go ahead and call in the Commonwealth. We aren't going to be promising any land, but they should be able to assist us. We also need to go ahead and send over some diplomats to improve relations whenever we can. And it looks like we have 67,000 troops coming at us. They have a far superior general, a 3-5. So we should probably retreat to Rome, or better yet, retreat to a hills province while we wait for backup. We're going to be sending in 20,000 more troops, and if we do, I don't see any extra troops around this area. We are currently making 57 ducats every single day. I think we're going to produce 20,000 more troops here, and maybe even, now we're out of money. We'll see exactly what happens in just a few moments. Bengal has entered into a military coalition. Now, if everything goes according to plan, all I want to do is, we can't even vassalize Naples. Like, this is ridiculous. Alright, well, looking at Castile, I would like to release Sicily, and I would like to release Sardinia. So, it's only 5 provinces, and I would like to take the Baleares. But this is going to be very, very hard to do. But that'll be my plan. That way we'll secure all of the islands. And I really, really wanted to take all of Italy. What would this look like if I just took these lands? And we can't even do that. Can Naples release any nations? No, we cannot. So I suppose we'll just do the best we can with what little we have. Something like this. 114 aggressive expansion. And maybe even too much for me to deal with. Austria looks a little upset. We're going to be sending 74,000 troops into these farmlands territories. Or better yet, as soon as we can somehow find 20,000 more troops, we'll annihilate what we can, and then assist with the rest. All of my galleys will move into the Gulf of Almeria. And here we are, 20,000 troops in Annaba, making their way up to Siena. Now, we are behind in... no, we are ahead of time in military technology. Do we want any more generals? We have 4 of 4. Having more power projection would be nice. We're going to get a new leader. 2-1, absolute garbage. Hopefully, once we get defensive ideas or even offensive ideas, we'll have a much easier time. Here come the rest of my troops. Going to be sending in everybody to Milan, while also preparing the rest of our troops to assist. I think what we're going to do is also bring in 20,000 more. That way we know we can win. Are there any other troops in areas down here? There are. Though we might have some uprisings. I don't know what we're going to do. All 77,000 will move in with the most powerful general we have. Looks like we're going to get a -1 crossing penalty. I hope we win this fight. We probably can. Okay, we lost 12,000 troops. The enemy lost 15,000. Everybody will now move into Siena. Some galleys will head to the Tyrrhenian Sea. We have a blockade. We'll take some unrest. I don't know if we could defeat 90,000 troops. It's going to be a little challenging. You need to come to Cablia. And we're hopefully going to bring in 20,000 troops here and 20,000 troops here. moving them into Siena. Now I'm hoping they don't take Rome, and they very well could. So we're going to attack. I really hope we win this fight. We might not. But with 20,000 more troops on the way, anything is really possible. Looks like we might not win this. The enemy supposedly has better discipline than we do, better morale, and better tactics. It's going to be a close one. We did win. Was not expecting that. Can we crush any other units? Looks like we might be able to do a stack wipe. All 20,000 troops will move down to Zeta. These 20 ships will move to Zeta. And we'll protect whatever we can. The entire goal is to take Napoli. So that means we'll begin our actual war score contributions. With the assistance of the Commonwealth, you would assume that all of their troops would go somewhere. They are currently assisting, though I don't know where their troops are. And I don't believe they're even in Brandenburg. Okay, you need to move here, you need to move here. Actually, all of you need to move there. We have time to get involved in the Indian Ocean. Ottoman aid happens, absolutely. We must stand strong with our brothers in the field. And it looks like we are winning battles left and right. We still have some protection here in North Africa. These galleys are going to protect what we can. And it looks like we actually lost a cog, or a merchantman, which is a little upsetting, but nothing we really can't handle. Let's build one more merchantman, all the way in Crete, 343 days. All 19 of you will move to Rome, and then you will move to Corfu. Oromon settlers, once again, people are changing to the fetishist faith. We are having some combat here in the Gulf of Almeria. Sending in 25 more galleys, some light ships, and looks like we have some cogs that we were not aware of. Or some merchantmen. Which now means you can be removed. And Crete. And now you'll go to Rome whenever we have time. Perfect. Everything going according to plan. Though I wish Milan would back off just a little bit. We currently have 3 of 5 diplomatic relations. I'll probably release a few provinces here. Maybe someone like Genoa. They would like to be vassalized, so if I improve their relations as much as I can, and maybe even return one of their 16 development provinces, like Albanga, or better yet, Genoa, that's 30 development. I don't know if they would like that. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we have more ships coming on in to protect our interests here in the Mediterranean. All of our cogs, or our merchantmen, are ready to go. This can go to Siena. These two can basically consolidate your troops. And now we need some sort of naval blockade wherever we can on Napoli, in the Bay of Napoli. I think what we're going to do is try to destroy Milan once again. Push them back. We desperately need to start working on better ideas here. And I'm thinking either defensive ideas because we would save a lot of money. And we would have a lot more morale, which means we would fight a little bit longer. Our generals would be a little bit better. But then again, the offensive ideas would probably be our best bet. Disagreeing advisor will lose the prestige but gain diplomatic power. Everybody else is making their way in. And it looks like 84,000 troops against 53. We should be able to win this as well. Alright, so now all of you will assist with Naples. We're already down to 153,000 manpower. And it looks like we are going to be kicking Naples' butt as well. And a skirmish in Napoli. Hopefully we'll make it in time. And we should be able to. Aha! Victory after victory. Everything going well. Let's move a few troops back to Siena, a few to Abruzzi, a few to Rome, and maybe a few more to Rome. We currently have 143,000 manpower. We would like a little bit more, but not much we can do for now. Let's send our missionaries into the fray, turning Shia and Sunni territories into Coptic provinces. We have a free merchant that we never actually utilized. Let's move you to the Gulf of Hormuz to transfer trade power. That way we can now continue on our chain. And we currently have 75 ducats inside Constantinople compared to 69 ducats in the English Channel. Well, I would say our war is going well. We are obviously going to try to return some territory to Genoa from Milan here in just a moment. Break them down to as many pieces as we can. And I am going to consolidate this entire military, or entire navy. Bring all of these merchantmen to Crete. And take whatever units are weak. We could probably upgrade most of these. Let's repair our damaged ships. And we'll see exactly what happens in 2 weeks. Alright, we now have 25 more ships that are ready to go. Consolidate this navy. Feel a lot better. Integration of Oromo will be removed. Jima gains cores on Togadir. It seems the waves of Oromo settlers moving into our lands have finally faltered. That is great news. And it looks like we finally have found the Commonwealth units. Looks like we lost the siege. And we're being sieged down as we speak, though the enemy has a far superior navy than we do. Maybe that'll change in the next upcoming months. You know, if we just looked at our military, a lot of it, generals would be far superior. We would be a 4-3. That would obviously be our strongest general. Napoli about to fall. And there are going to be some very upset countries here in Europe. What we want to do is avoid Austria as much as we can while weakening just about everyone else. And in about 10 more years, we'll declare on Castile again. We'll probably actually declare on Castile rather than declaring on all of these islands. Or better yet, you know, obviously don't declare on Genoa. obviously don't declare on Portugal for Madeira. Now, if we look at Savoy, we have improved relations. We have improved relations with France. Castile will falter, and Portugal is going to be kind of annoying. 117,000 manpower. We might need... now we're being attacked as well, though we should be able to win. If we had more discipline, we would obviously fight more efficiently. And it looks like all of Castile's troops are going to be annihilated. You need to assist, you need to assist, and you need to assist. Bringing in 60,000 troops. A lot of extra cannon, I might add. .49% war score. Hopefully, in the next 6 days, this war goal will fall. Here we are. Moving you here, moving you here, moving 2 units to Salento. Moving you to Bari, and then moving you to Cosenza. We now have 20% war score. Though we need to be on the lookout, let's start sieging down Genoa, or better yet, assisting with Ferrara. We have about 6 artillery, so we're hoping for the best. Maybe bringing it up another siege pip, or just go to Genoa altogether. Okay, you can go to Cantabria, you can assist, you can move here, and you can move there. All of Naples is just about over with. I would love this 44 development province. I think the weakest one, I don't know, would probably be this 8 development province. Yarkand has joined the coalition against me. Looking at Milan, 28% war score. All I really want to do is return a territory to Genoa. And I can either do Albanga, which seems like the best option, and then take all of their... Ooh, that's a lot of income. Of course, it would be split with the Commonwealth. $2,780 ducats. What if we did something like this? I want all of their money. I don't know what's going to happen. Moving into Messina and Sicily. Having troops from behind. And we're going to bring up 15,000 troops whenever we can to northern Milan. We have won the Siege of Sopron. Or lost the Siege of Sopron. And now we have a variety of diplomats that need to be put to good use. Let's move you to Brittany. Let's move you to Great Britain. Let's move you to Brandenburg, even though you're getting your butt kicked. We have the Netherlands. They need to be improved. And we have 7 days to pick one other country. And it looks like might be getting attacked. Let's move everybody into the Highlands, so that way we know we'll be protected. Okay, so we have another country to improve. What about Bohemia? Getting a food shortage. Negative 49. Let's add some more troops. I get that we are losing manpower. That didn't really help all that much. But now we have 4 artillery. And I hate to say it, but we might go ahead and find all of our army templates and make 2 more artillery once again. We're getting to the time in the game where, you know, we really need as much artillery as we can find. Looks like the capital of Milan is about to fall as well, with food shortages. Now, we currently have about 12 artillery. Had we have had 16, we'd only have +4. Harvest failure. This is not ideal. So maybe even putting 10 artillery pieces each. Looks like we lost a battle against Spain in Africa. We may need to send over troops whenever we can. And now would be the time to attack Spain in the mountains, but we don't have any forces. Let's go to our political map mode. We have won a siege. Royal marriage, I don't think so. Sending in our missionaries wherever possible. And then to Rho. So right now, let's take a look at Milan. They already lost their capital. They're about to lose Ferrara. We can now send more troops from Rome to North Africa to push back against Fez and Spain. we really do need more of a navy. We have 60,000 troops in North Africa for now. We are still improving relations with Genoa. If we return territory, we could easily get a new vassal. We'll see how that'll work out in a moment. But then again, we are going to get some aggressive expansion as we take land from Naples. Let's bring over 20,000 more troops. You can go here, you can go here, and you can go here. 34% war score. Bringing over 20,000 more troops. All of you can go to the Bay of Almeria while consolidating. Looks like Fez is about to fall no matter what happens, but we might be able to make it in time. We can hope for the best. Attacking into the mountains would definitely be ideal. We have 80,000 troops. They have 80,000 troops. They definitely have a better general. The burghers on the rise. And we do have some troops that can move around and navigate. What we want to do, though, is obviously meet up before we attack. And we should be able to arrive all in once. So the enemy is going to be attacking into the mountains. What I would do right now for offensive or quality, we could either side with the clergy or the Umera. Let us side with the Umera because the clergy influence is very high. Alright, everybody's going in. Hopefully we arrive in time. And it looks like we are now going to die because they own the castle. You're gonna get annihilated. Yay. Nothing, we can't even retreat. Losing 40,000 troops. All because we were off for about a day. Probably about a week. Alright, well, let's create more troops. 119 days. 119 days. We have won the siege of Messina. Troops plowing through Sicily. And when we get a free diplomat, most likely it's going to come from Bohemia in just about over 3 months. We should be able to get a separate peace with Milan. And then moving on in to the rest of Spain in just a moment. Let's bring all of our troops to the highlands. Countries are joining the coalition against us. Moving into Sicily to pick up some troops. And maybe even Palermo. Now, this is a Highlands province. I do have high hopes, but we're going to try our best here. 60,000 versus 31. Recalling some diplomats. And it looks like we are going to win this battle. Trying to find more troops wherever we can. Okay, can we get a separate piece from Milan? We can. We'll have a variety of territories returned, most likely. Obviously taking all of their money. And Albanga needs to be returned. I could return to Savoy, but they are very weak, very powerful as it is. Can I get war reparations? I can. 3,600 ducats. We will get 2,600. Which is perfect. So anyway, Genoa is going to like us because we returned a province. I was thinking about doing a royal marriage as well, but I'm not sure that's needed. We have 30% war score altogether, and it looks like the enemy still has some additional tricks up their sleeve. And we are going to need to start sieging down Spain if we want to make any decent strides. Bringing over more troops whenever possible. And then into Palermo. A peace offer from Naples? I don't think so. Military access from Genoa and royal marriage from Brandenburg is declined. Now it looks like Genoa has found themselves in a war. We are going to proclaim their guarantee for now. And we'll see if that, improves our relations for the time being. 20,000 troops need to quickly take out these 8,000 Ottoman particularists. These 20,000 can make their way over. These 20,000 can make their way over. Let's unlock land clearance. Unlocking limes. And now we probably want to plow through military power. Or better yet, get a better general. Or better advisor sometime soon. But we need the commandant for now while we're at a war. Or in a war. Tolerant policy. I think we're ready to go. We're ready to attack. This is a dry land. So I'm hoping for the best here. And moving everybody in. About 100,000 troops versus 55. We are going to get a -1 crossing. And they do have a better overall military than we do. More morale, more tactics. But nothing we can't handle. Looks like we've won that first battle. Moving in the rest of our troops as well. And we are going to have to put a cut in here. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you in our next adventure.